In today's video, we're going to be cooking turnip greens. Welcome back to Sharing with Shamika. Today I'm going to be making turnip greens. And what I'm using today is 3 bags of turnip greens. These bags are 16 ounces. I'm going to go through each one of these bags removing stems. My family prefer not to eat the stems. Now, usually I will get my greens from the market or even Kroger. Kroger sometimes will have just the leaves, but they didn't have any this time, so I'm just going to use the bags. As a little girl, I used to sit on the front porch with my mom when she would pick the greens. And we picked them, we would find all kind of bugs and sand in the greens. So, yeah, when you get these bags, they may not have all that, but you still want to make sure that you clean them. Now, you'll be surprised how many stems I removed from these 3 bags. While I'm picking the greens, I'm usually either watching a movie, listening to a podcast, just to make the time go by. This, to me, is actually relaxing. So here I'm just allowing you to see how I'm removing the stems, just so that you'll see what I'm doing. And look how many stems I have left over. I have almost a full bag of stems. Now again, stems are nutritious. If you choose to eat, cook the stems, that's perfectly fine. If that's what your family like, please do so. I just know my family complain about it, so I choose to remove them. But like I stated, I had 3 bags of 16-ounce bags of turnip greens. Now these 3 bags of greens is going to make about a half a pot of greens, so keep that in mind. Now I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning my greens, and I usually will have water, salt, and then I add my greens clean, and I alternate from sink to sink. As I'm cleaning the greens, I'm removing any dirt. Now I'm going to be using some smoked turkey necks, and I'm going to be seasoning my liquid. They call this pot liquor, so I add the seasoning, and each seasoning that I'm putting in is about a tablespoon. So we got some chicken bouillon, and garlic powder. And again, I'm using about a tablespoon for each one of these. I'm using Cajun seasoning, some onion powder, some herb, garlic, no salt, and some pepper. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to boil this for about 1.5 hours until my meat is tender and I got a good seasoning. Now I'm removing the greens, they're clean. Now my pot liquor has been boiling for about 1.5 hours. I'm going to add in my greens. And you will notice that as the greens are cooking, they're going to wilt down. So you're not going to get a whole pot of these greens. And here is how clean the water should be when you're done removing them. And now I'm adding in about 1.5 tablespoons of bacon fat. And I use this because to me, the bacon fat usually will allow the seasoning to adhere to the greens. And here the greens after about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. And they usually take about 2 hours to cook the greens. And this is usually when I taste my greens to see if I need to add anything. I always like to have a little kick to it, so I added a few red pepper flakes to this. But the flavor you like, you can add to this. I don't add any sugar, any vinegar, any of that to my greens. These are really flavorful. and my family did enjoy them. So guys, please take the time to make these greens. They're not hard. You can cook these. You can actually freeze these for Thanksgiving if you want to get a jump start on Thanksgiving. I know my mom will clean her greens, cook them like a month or so in advance. So when Thanksgiving came around, she wasn't worried about having too many meals to cook because she already had part of her meal cooked. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys.